Okay, we're going to take a look at our second Prezi, and what we're going to focus on is putting images into a Prezi. And I'll show you what we're going to work on here. Let me hop up. That's not what I want. I need just to make my way to a browser here. I'm already logged in at Prezi, and I want to switch this to just the ones that are owned by me. Alright, now here we go. Now the idea that we're going to work on today, and I'll kind of show you one that's already put together a little bit and then show you the process of how to do it. We're going to do a little thing about famous criminals or gangsters, and as I work my way through this, I've got 5 of them. I've got the Al Capone, and then I've got a picture of Al Capone. Now that's kind of what we're going to concentrate on today, is how to put in images. It flies off here to Pretty Boy Floyd, famous criminal from around the 1920s, and it flies off to a picture of Pretty Boy Floyd, and then we're going to fly off to the name Bonnie and Clyde, and then we have a picture of Bonnie and Clyde. So you get the idea here, right? Right? All right, so let me go back a level here, and I'll show you a little bit about how this is all done and how it's all put together. When you get logged in to Prezi, you'll have to get logged in first. And the first thing you'll do is you're going to click on New Prezi, start a new one. Pow! Alright, give it a second to load up here. It's going to come up with some options for you about templates and all that kind of thing. If you were here for our first lesson, you saw the templates. Alright, so here we go. Now there are a lot of templates here. I'm really going to recommend today that you just use a blank template. These templates are okay. I would just, it's going to be easier today if you just do a blank one. Alright, so I'm going to click a blank template, and I'm ready to go in Prezi here. Now the next thing I always like to do, and this is really, I guess, kind of up to you, but this frame that's right here, we're going to get into frames later. I don't want that, so I'm just going to click on it to get it selected. You know it's selected when it gets this frame around it and everything, and I'm just going to delete it. Press delete on the keyboard. There's also a button for delete. Now the next thing you may want to do is come up here to this button that says themes, and you could pick a theme. Just don't use these Chinese or Korean themes that are down here. That would help me if you didn't do that, but you could use one of these other themes if you want to. It has certain colors that are set for the background and things like that. I'll use this Inferno theme and I'll go with that. You can choose whatever you want. Alright, now we need a title on here, so we've kind of learned that to put some text on a Prezi, you just click and you just start typing. So I'm going to say gangstas, yo. Now these themes that you pick will have different text styles, like there's a title style, a subtitle, and a body style, and you can use whatever you want there. Now once you click off of something and come back and click it again, you can size that up and you can move it around, put it wherever you want. Alright, so now what I want to do is kind of work my way through these 5 gangsters, and I want to put their name on, I want to put a picture on. Now you can put them wherever you would like to put them. Alright, so let's look at how to put a picture onto a Prezi. I'm just going to come up here and click the Insert tab right here, and I'm going to insert an image. Over here on the side I get an Insert Image panel. You can search for images if you want, but I'm just going to select a file. Now, I have put these images in 2 different places. I've tried to put them on your network drive in a folder called Criminals, and also on the Drive L, on the Courses drive. So hopefully from one place or the other you'll be able to get these images. I don't care what order you do them in. I'm going to take Al Capone right here, and you can see his name, C-A-P-O-N-E, Capone. I'll open that up. Let it upload, and there it is. Now, you can size these, and you can move them around, and you can place them wherever you feel like you want to place them. Now, in the current version here of Prezi, there's an Effects button. Yeah, it could be kind of fun. Click Effects, and you can enhance, Effects, and Frames. Now the thing you may really kind of be pretty familiar with is if you go to effects, this is almost like Instagram or a lot of those other apps that have filters, and you can kind of click through here and you can see all these different filters that they can be applied to the picture. So you can pick out whatever you like there. I'm going to go with this Laguna thing. I kind of like the way that kind of makes it look bluish purple, so I'm going to apply that effect. You could also get a frame if you want to, and again these are just going to be kind of little edge treatments here, like if I want that negative, it makes it look like a piece of film. You could do whatever you want, or you don't have to put a frame on it. It's whatever you want to do. So I'm going to apply that frame. Now if I'm done applying these things like enhancing effects and frames and things like that, I just hit save, and it will take a second, but it will apply that effect to the picture that I have here. Alright, now the other thing I need for Al Capone here is I need his name, and I could just put, his last name would be enough, or you could put Al, his first name Al, A-L. Alright, so Capone is here. Alright, if you double click it, you can get in here and get these different styles here, like the title style. Whatever you want to do there is okay, and you've got some controls over here about bold, italic, all that kind of thing. So you do what you want there. This can be placed wherever you want. Remember that you can rotate things. You can grab that little round handle and rotate things and put it wherever you think you would like to put it. And so I've got that set. Capone's picture and his name is on there. So now what the idea here on this assignment is keep going with that same thing. I'm going to come over here to insert image. I'm going to select a file. I'm looking on my drive, but remember these will be on your network drive or on the courses drive, drive L, in the assignments folder, and I'll just get Babyface Nelson here, so I'll open that up. It's going to take it a second to load the picture. Move it around here, size it as desired. You can make things small if you want to. It really kind of depends on just where you want to put them. Alright, if you want to do effects to it on each one of these, you could do that. You could come in here and use these filters, frames, whatever you like. Click save when you're done with that. It takes it a second to apply the filter to the image. Remember, you can roll your mouse wheel to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to put some text here because this is Babyface Nelson. Great. Alright, so I can just kind of click off of that and then grab it and move it around and line it up wherever I want to line it up. Now in this movie, in this little demo, not themes, I want to go to insert image. I'm going to do one more. I want you to do all 5. I've got 5 criminals. I'm just going to do one more. I'll do Bonnie and Clyde because you're getting the idea. You're getting it right. So Bonnie and Clyde is loading up here, and I'll take Bonnie and Clyde and put them maybe up here. Size them down a little bit. I'm going to make them kind of tiny and scroll in with my, you can even kind of tuck things like real close to the letters if you make them small. And if I click on that, I could do, again, you do what you want as far as like the effects. Oh look, there's an effect called Clyde. That works well. Alright, so let's go with Clyde. Alright, applying that effect, adding some text that says Bonnie and C-L-Y-D-E, Bonnie and Clyde. Size that as desired. Alright, looking pretty good. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm just rolling my mouse wheel. Now, I'm kind of come down on the home stretch on what I'm going to show in this movie, but the other thing that you've got to do, and I've mentioned this in lesson number 1, you've got to have a path. If you don't have a path in a Prezi, you might as well not have it. When you go to show a Prezi, the path is what drives the show. You've got to have a path. Alright, so it's time to edit the path. I'll come over here to the left. I want to do edit path. And I start numbering things in the order that I want. Alright, so I want this title, this Gangsta's Yo. I want that to be number 1 on the path. Great. Now the next thing I'll do is kind of make it zoom in here on the picture of Al Capone, and the third thing on my path will be Al Capone's name. Alright, now you can go in any order you want. I've got these pieces laying on the canvas here, so you just path them out in the order that you want them. So the next thing I'll do is go to Babyface Nelson's picture and then up here to Babyface Nelson's name. Alright, I'll zoom this out a little bit, pull it down. I'm just dragging there, and I want to get in here to Bonnie and Clyde. So the next thing I want is Bonnie and Clyde's picture and then Bonnie and Clyde's name. Alright, if you're having trouble putting a path number on something, maybe zoom in or zoom out a little bit. Make sure you're close enough to click it or far enough out to click it. Sometimes that's an issue. Alright, now on this one, remember, I want you to do all 5. I've provided you with 5 gangsters, and I want you to do all 5 of them. I don't think you need to watch any more of these in my demo. Alright, so I can make a decision here. Do I want to go back to the title at the end? What have I got? 7 items in my list right now. So I'll click here and make the title be like the last thing that they see. Alright, so I'm done editing the path. I've put a path together, so up here on the right hand side I click done, and I can even close this insert image thing. Alright. Now if you want to view it, if you want to take a look at it here, what you can do is you can hit exit, or you can actually, before you hit exit, you can hit present over here if you want to take a look at how everything is working. And this has gone full screen, so some of it may be cut out of this movie. I'm going to allow this keyboard controls here. So, it starts off by showing the title, then it's going to zoom up to that picture of Al Capone. It will rotate around to the text that I had there, and then we're going to fly off here to Babyface Nelson, and there's his name. I'm just hitting the right arrow on the keyboard to control this. There's Bonnie and Clyde, and there's their name, and boom. All right, so that's going to be end of show right there. You can touch escape to get out of the full screen mode that this present button puts you in. All right, so this is working everything, so I would click exit right here. And remember that you've got to share these. All right, this is how you turn them in. You would click here on share. And you would add me by email here. So you'd click down here, and remember, and this is on, there's a handout for this on my website, so this is on the handout that's there. You would just, it's jarvin140@gmail.com. All right, that's the address you need to send it to, jarvin140@gmail.com. Now, I don't need to be an editor of your show. All right, when you send it to me, you can switch from editor to viewer. You don't have to make me an editor. Just make me a viewer. I just want to watch it. All right, so jarvin140@gmail.com. I'm a viewer. You hit add, and I can't add myself because I'm me after all. All right, but that would work for you. It'd hit add right there, and then it will send me an email link. It will send me a notification that you have sent me a link to that Prezi. All right, it's your turn. It's your turn to rock and roll and have at it. 1, 2, 3, go.